Well, the Browns wrapping up preparations for their Saturday game against the New Orleans Saints at FirstEnergy Stadium. It is going to be cold, as we've been telling you all week, but really good news, Mary Kay, on the injury front. Myles Garrett does not have a game status. Nick Chubb does not have a game status. Only John Johnson III is questionable. Jadeveon Clowney will miss this game with a concussion, but for the most part, good news considering where this week was, just yesterday.
Yeah, we talked to Myles today as we're taping this on Thursday afternoon. He still looked a little under the weather to me, so I think he needs the next 48 hours or so to get his strength back a little bit. He had a bug, and I think he still needs to shake that off. But he will be out there. He's got that warrior mentality, so he will definitely play. And boy, do you need Nick Chubb in this game. Even if he's not 100% with the foot injury, they are going to need him. It's probably going to be tough sledding, even though it's going to have to be a running game. So I think they might also rely on Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Ashley, you talk about Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb. I think each of them would probably have to lose a limb to not be out there on Saturday, or maybe that's not even enough.
Yeah, we know how Myles Garrett thinks about injuries. Like Nick even rarely gets even the Veterans Day off, which we know is fairly common in the NFL, off of practices. So I do think both of these guys really want to play. They're not fazed by much. And I think, Myles Garrett is probably also influenced by the fact that Jadeveon Clowney is going to be out in this one with a concussion. So to lose both of those guys, we've seen what happens to this defense when neither of them plays, and it's not pretty.
Now we're also keeping an eye on some things with New Orleans. As we're recording this, we don't have game status updates from the Saints, but we can tell you Jarvis Landry did not practice on Friday, or he wasn't seen at practice by reporters, and neither was Chris Olave. So I would imagine, Mary Kay, those guys will at best be questionable, if not ruled out. If the Browns don't have to face either of those guys, especially Olave, that would be a huge break. Yeah,
it really would be a huge break. Now, again, this is not necessarily going to be a air game. It's not going to be a big passing game, but still, I'm sure they would try to do some of both. And so if you don't have Olave, you don't have Jarvis, you don't have some of your best guys, it will make an impact. I think, it's just going to be survival mode out there for everybody, really.
Yeah, that is really what it feels like, Ashley. It's just survival right now.
Yeah, because, again, how can you throw the ball given, what the temperatures are supposed to be? I do think that part of the game is going to be ugly, and we're talking about a game that's going to be, I think, one in the trenches, on the ground, those things, because I think the weather is going to dictate what these guys are doing a lot more than maybe even they anticipate right now.
And just one more note here, Ethan Posick is expected to be activated for this football game, so the Browns likely to get their starting center back, which of course will be big in a game where they're going to have to run the football. We'll cover everything leading up to the game and of course the frigid, freezing game itself, all at cleveland.com/Browns.